it is coming home. It's coming home. It is coming home. And when it gets home, it's probably going to have to isolate for 10 days unless it's been double jabbed. It's football. So it's time to do this.
Sports. Sporty sports.
Sports. We're doing sports.
We are on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if ever there's two broadcasters to be talking about sports, yes, some excellent games with much analysis to be had. Eric, did you watch it?
I did watch the game, yes.
More than me, so... it is difficult, but even I'm getting swept up in this because I like the winning side of it. We are heading to the final. It's the first time in 55 years that England has been in what they've been calling an international football competition. That really requires a little asterisk, and down the bottom, most other countries weren't invited. But other than that, it's great to be in the final. I still don't care about football, but I do enjoy beating other countries. It just saves a lot of time for any other reasons to be upset. You know, in fact, do you know what? I think a lot of that weird hostility came out when we were playing Germany, and England managed to beat Germany for the first time in ages, not losing at penalties. It's amazing. If you win before the penalties, it makes it a lot easier. Why do we not think of that before? But I heard someone saying, right, firstly, it's not the fault of the caller I'm about to talk about. In general, people were giving it the old 2 world wars and 1 World Cup stuff. And I heard a caller on LBC saying, well, whenever I hear people say, I don't know where they're from, whenever I hear people say 2 world wars and 1 World Cup, it makes me think, you've not been very good at football for so long. Like, yeah, solid point, but we've also not won a world war for longer. Do you really want to make this about refreshing the stats? Well, it seems weird. But anyway, that win was good. Managed to beat Germany. Might have changed things in the UK for a while. And then we saw people really getting into the game. I think last night's game, was it last night when it was on? Yeah. Last night's game really started to change the mood in the country. Here's a picture of one supporter. Boris, it's either him or his missus is looking at the wrong end of the pitch. I'm not sure what's happening, but they're not watching the same game. And also, that does not look like it. Like, he clearly isn't the kind of person who just wears a football kit top. I mean, he's got a suit and tie on underneath that. This is what Batman would look like. No one ever talks about this. But this is, if Batman tried to wear like a normal suit over his Batman gear, that's the kind of mess he would have got. We also saw other people dressed up as they watched last night's game. Here's one of my favourites. The 2 lions. if there's only 2 of you, don't dress up as 3 lions. So close.
Well, maybe the third one is self-isolating.
Yeah. Have you no pride? But some other people celebrated the win. There's a picture of some people on that is not socially distanced on the number 9, is it? They were getting up on the bus. There were people in London who celebrated England's win by firing off flares. If I were breaking the law, I wouldn't want to draw attention to myself. It's the worst thing you could do. But we beat Denmark. And if ever there is a nation that you're allowed to hate, it's Denmark. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why you can be judgmental. I can tell you why you can say it's good that we managed to beat them. It's because it was only 2015 that they banned having sex with animals. Oh, that was really hanging in there for a while, that law, wasn't it? Which actually means, when you know that how much the Danes love having sex with animals, turning up to the football match dressed like that was flipping risky. That's where the other line ended up. He's never going to speak of that again. So, it's great that we've managed to win. I say great. There's been some problems. For example, the UEFA's open up disciplinary proceedings against England because firstly, we were booing their national anthems. What you doing? Why? There's no reason to be booing. You're getting to watch some of your football. Cheer up. But the worst thing was this laser pen thing that hit their goalie. And that does seem pretty wide for a laser pen. that would ruin a meeting. That's not going to highlight one part of the flip chart, is it? That's going to highlight an entire word. That might not be the big issue. But I've got to be honest, there's part of me thinks adding lasers to football might make football better, a bit more like Running Man, give us some weapons in there. So far, the police haven't worked out who it was, but my money's on this guy. So that's where we are at the moment. I think for anyone looking forward to the weekend, it'd be great if we won, but if we don't, it's okay. Don't get angry. Like, I remember growing up, we got knocked out of some World Cup and there were riots in London, in Birmingham, in Manchester and in Mansfield. And that's exactly the kind of place I'm from. Someone tipped over a car. And that's going to happen. If we get beaten by Italy, someone's going to be flipping over a Fiat. And it's easier to flip those than it is if we'd have been beaten by Germany. So
yeah,
people are going to be walking in shops, throwing Dolmio on the floor. Don't do it. There's no reason to be that nasty. Play fair. Unless we manage to beat them, don't go and shake the hands of the Italian goalie because he has got, and this is crazy, spiked gloves. Don't fall for it. He's trying to get you with his dirty-ass tactics. Let's have a handshake before the game. Yeah, jog on, mate. Do you want a neck massage? Well, I know you're... Thank you for watching this from Comic Solving Problems.
And if you feel like it, go ahead and like the video.
Or subscribe. Commitment.